It's that time of year again, isn't it? The new year, a fresh start. You know the drill. We all set these huge, ambitious goals. We feel super motivated, and we tell ourselves, okay, this is the year. This year is going to be different. But let's be honest, if you're like most of us, you've been here before. You said the exact same thing last year, and probably the year before that. So let's actually dive into why that keeps happening and what we can do to finally break that cycle. Look at this number, 92%. That's how many people give up on their New Year's goals. That is staggering. This isn't just a few people falling off the wagon, it's a total systemic breakdown. But here's the key thing I want you to get. The problem isn't you. It's not a lack of willpower. The problem is the system itself, a flawed system that basically sets us all up to fail right from the starting line. And this quote from Einstein, it just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? We keep setting these massive year-long goals, we watch them fizzle out by February, and then, like clockwork, we do the exact same thing again next January. That, my friends, is the definition of madness. So maybe, just maybe, it's time we stop blaming ourselves and start questioning the method. Okay, so let's get right to the heart of it. We're going to call this the annual goal trap. And the core idea here is really simple. Your goals are not failing because you're lazy or unmotivated. They're failing because the very structure of a 12-month goal is practically designed to fail. So what is it about this 365-day timeline that's just so bad? Why does this approach that we've all been taught consistently lead to procrastination and, eventually giving up for so many of us? Well, it really boils down to two fatal flaws, and they're both rooted in how our brains work. First off, a whole year is just way too long. A goal that's 12 months away feels abstract. It's not real, so our brain says, I'll worry about that later. And that leads to the second flaw. There's absolutely no real sense of urgency. It's just way too easy to think, I've got plenty of time, which, let's face it, is the perfect recipe for doing nothing at all. So if the annual system is totally broken, what's the alternative? Well, we need to start thinking less like someone making a casual resolution and more like a high-performance company. And what do they obsess over to get real results? Not the year. They focus on quarters. Think about it. Sure, big companies have annual plans, but their real focus, where the action happens, is on their quarterly performance. So here's a great way to look at it. Your big annual ambition, that's your compass. It points you in the right general direction. But your 12-week goal, that's the map. That gives you the turn-by-turn directions, the actual path to start moving, and that creates real urgency and clarity. Now, this brings us to what is probably the single most important mindset shift in this entire process. It's all about changing how we even define what a goal is. We have to move from just dreaming about a final result to focusing like a laser on the daily and weekly actions that will actually get us there. So what's an action-based goal? It's simple. It's a goal that you have 100% control over. So you can't directly control how many pounds you lose or how many subscribers you get. Those are outcomes. But you can control how many times you go to the gym or how many videos you produce. And that is the difference between a wish and a plan. Let's use a really common example. Say a creator wants to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It's a fantastic dream, a great outcome to shoot for. But as a goal, it's got a really big problem. Yeah, let's just be blunt about it. This is a dumb goal. And why is it dumb? Because you don't control it. You don't control the YouTube algorithm. You don't control what people feel like watching that day. And you definitely don't control who hits that subscribe button. It's an outcome, not an action you can actually do. Okay, so let's fix it. It's easy. Instead of focusing on the subscriber count, we focus on the one thing we can control, making videos. So the big annual target becomes create 36 videos. Now we apply our 12-week system. We just divide by 4. That breaks down to have something you can actually tackle. And look at that. This new goal, create 9 videos in 12 weeks, is perfectly smart. It's specific, it's measurable, it's actionable, you can actually do it, it's realistic, and it's time-bound. This is a concrete plan, not just a fuzzy wish. And the best part is, this framework is universal. It works for everything. You want to get in shape. Don't just say, I'm going to lose 10 pounds. No, your goal is go to the gym 45 times this quarter. Want to fix your finances? Save more money is way too vague. Your goal is save $1,000 this quarter. You can literally apply this logic to any area of your life. All right, so having a great plan is one thing, but you also need a system to hold yourself accountable. So the final piece of this puzzle is building a super simple process to make sure you actually follow through on that awesome plan you just made. This quote right here is so powerful. You don't just magically become the person who achieves the goal. No, you transform by consistently tracking the actions that lead to it. What you measure is what improves, period. And the system is just a simple, repeatable loop. It's 4 steps. 1, you set your 12-week action-based goal. 2, you track your progress every single week. 3, at the end of the 12 weeks, you review what worked and what didn't. And 4, you adjust your approach and you just repeat the cycle for the next quarter. That's it. And the key here, and this is so freeing, is that you don't even have to be perfect. Even if you only nail your goal for 2 out of the 4 quarters in a year, you are still going to be light years ahead of the person who set that vague annual goal and then did nothing. This system is all about building momentum through small, consistent wins. And that really brings us to the final crucial takeaway. You can have all the amazing dreams and ambitions in the world, but if you don't translate them into an actionable, measurable, time-bound plan, well, they're going to stay wishes forever. So I'll leave you with this question. What is that one wish that you're going to stop just dreaming about and finally turn into your very first 12-week plan?